you don't need too much to do a project of this kind. To use free tools such as Google Maps, Google Earth and Blogger, what you can actually do is you can investigate something in quite a new way, quite an exciting way, and you don't have to take your pupils to a mountain range or another country to investigate issues and to report back to a wider audience. You can focus on the school grounds, and you can identify some real issues that will make a real difference. The first session was really about going out under the school grounds, seeing what some of the environmental issues were with digital cameras. And coming back into the classroom, getting all those ideas and all those issues that we saw, that we took photographs of. Well, what are we going to do about it? And then putting those all into an ideas funnel and trying to come down to what some of the environmental issues were at Eastbury. The next thing we had to do was to take those issues and to look at what we could do about them, and also to work out some way that we could get what we were doing to a wider audience and involve the wider school community. And the way that we did that was we set up a blog using the Blogger tool.
Well, today we're just trying to get a blog sorted out so we can inform people more about our changes to the environment and what we're going to do.
To reduce the amount of litter, we want to insert new bins around the school.
Having it online, it showed every day, every week, that there was progress being made. Every time a post goes up, there's a concrete evidence that you're doing something, and it's a great record to have. And it's great to involve other friends, family and the wider school community. After that, what we did was we used Google Earth to make a tour of some of the issues around school.
We're going to create today a virtual rubbish tour of Eastbury. Where are those really bad hotspots around school? Find out where they are.
Field and house.
Field! Backfield! Let's go.
Take photographs of them and log them on here, and then I'll show you how to make a tour of those in Google Earth.
I've been learning about how Google Earth works. It shows us where exactly the hotspots are of the litter and to try and find a solution to solve the litter problem in our school.
I think one of the things about Google Earth is that if you're trying to create some kind of emotional bond between young people and their environment, if you have a 3D environment, it's got satellite photography in it, you've got the pictures that you've taken within that environment, you're then starting to create a greater link, and if you create greater emotional engagement between pupils and the environment, you're going to get change. Importantly, the next stage is really sort of saying, well, we've got the issues, we've got what we want to change, what are those solutions going to look like? How can we plan to make a difference? It's all very well identifying issues, but we also had to plan them. And we used Google Maps to identify some quite specific things we wanted to do. And so we used them to highlight areas where the worst litter was, and we wanted the school to put more patrols, both teacher and prefects there, to make sure there was less litter. We highlighted 10 areas where there was a lot of rubbish that wasn't being recycled, where 10 recycling bins could be put. And we also identified 10 bins which were really overflowing with canteen rubbish from break and lunch. And we put all those on a map and put them up on the blog. Then the next session was we started to look at what kind of other multimedia content could be put on the site that would actually show that we had support and show other people's views. So we spent a day going around taking short video of pupils and teachers about their views. And we didn't need anything complicated, we just need a normal sort of compact digital camera. And then we've uploaded some of those onto the site.
I think the issue is to create more awareness. I would like more trees, a lot of trash on the floor.
And this was all really building up to having a meeting with the senior management team to make some positive change based on all the research they'd done.
94% of the pupils in the school on an online poll we made on our blog said that they want recycling bins within the school.
68% of the pupils think that the rubbish situation at Eastbury is terrible or very bad. Much of the rubbish is blown out of overflowing bins. We think they need to be emptied on a regular basis so that they don't overflow, because they they get blown over and the rubbish gets blown out.
That meant that by the time they got to the final presentation, they had a really strong case, and in fact I think they surprised themselves by the fact that the senior management team, when they were here, actually said they were going to do more than they asked for. So I think that's a really positive effect from the project.
The presentation was very professional. They'd gone away and researched the issues. They hadn't just come to us with a moan. They'd actually gone out and researched the issues, and they were actually able to present us with hard evidence, and they'd started to think about solutions. And it's a great example of students and staff working together to create a better school for all of the people that work within it. I've been really impressed with the amount of work that all of our students have put into this project today. It's absolutely superb, and they're a credit to our school.
We discussed about like initiatives we could do to help with recycling in the school.
Luckily for us, the senior staff seems very enthusiastic with it.
Everyone listened to us. We weren't all quiet and shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
And we're going to get recycling bins. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've gained a lot in terms of the practical skills and using Google Earth and the IT stuff, but perhaps even more importantly in terms of the communication and the experience of just being really committed to something and chipping away and seeing those results and having their voice heard in the school community.